Okay, the basic technique for controlling your camera is the same no matter which of the modifiers I'm going to show you, but it's basically a combination of using your left mouse button, holding it down and moving the mouse while you're holding down one of the modifier keys. The three modifier keys we're going to be looking at are Alt, Control, and Shift, and they each do different things and cause the camera to be able to move in different directions. So let's get started. The first one we're going to look at is just Alt. You can see that when you move your cursor around on the screen, you have the regular pointer cursor. If you hold down the Alt button, you'll see that you have a zoom cursor, and it has a little plus on it. It's like a little magnifying glass. And the purpose of this is to allow you to zoom forwards and backwards, or zoom in and out on any object that you click on. So for example, if I click on this box right here and hold down the left mouse button, you can see that where I clicked has become the center point of my focus. If I push the mouse forward away from me, I'll zoom into the object, and if I pull it backwards towards me, I'll zoom away from the object. And that same is true for any object that you click on. I just let go of the mouse. Now I'm going to move the mouse over to here and click on this wall, and the wall right here will become the center point. And now I can zoom into it and zoom out of it by pulling back. Pushing forward is zoom in, and pulling back is zoom out. When you have the mouse in this mode, and also in the next mode, which I'll show you, the left and right motion of the mouse is used for spinning the camera around the object. So here's me moving the mouse to the left and back to the right. And you can, of course, do this in combination. If I move the mouse backwards towards me and zoom out, I can also spin around at the same time. I can also do the same thing going back in. So this is all the degrees of freedom of the mouse with just the Alt key down. The next key you'll want to hold down is the Control. Now you keep the Alt key down and press the Control key, and you'll see that your mouse turns to a rotating little arrow with also that has the magnifying glass on it. The purpose of this mode is to allow you to rotate the camera around the object that you focus on. So I'll click the left mouse button, our focus changes to that object. Now when I move forward, you'll see that my camera rotates down. When I move backwards, my camera rotates up. Side to side still does the same motion as the Alt key by itself, but with Control key down, I'm actually rotating the camera up and down with the backwards and forwards motion. I can let go of the Control key at any time, and now forwards and backwards is zoom. So now you can see you have a lot of freedom when you just move in. Now I hold down Control, and now I can rotate up, let go of Control, pan back in, press Control, rotate down again, rotate around. That's how to do that. The last modifier we're going to look at is the Shift key. So with the Alt key down, the Control key down, and the Shift key down, now you can see that my cursor changes to 4 arrows and the little view icon still. So we'll move it to where we want to focus on, and we'll click, and now moving the mouse backwards and forwards raises the camera. But you'll see the focal point also changes. We're now actually moving the entire camera without tilting it around the focal point. So backwards and forwards gives you up and down, left and right moves the camera to the left and right. If I let go of the Shift key and I have just the Control key, now I'm back to rotating. You can see that the camera is moving up and down, but the focus point of the camera is still on the cube. When I put the Shift key down too, now the camera doesn't keep pointing at the cube, it just moves up and down and stays parallel with whatever I was looking at before. So those are the 3 modes. The first one, Alt, click, and now you can rotate around and zoom in and out. Here's Control added in, means I can now rotate up and down and around the side. And with Shift down as well, I can now move the camera up, move the camera down, move the camera to the side and to the other side. In the next video, we'll look at camera crawling and see how that works.